Alright, what's cracking, y'all? I'm going to be going over what the setup was for today. Starting off with a bobber. This bobber is pretty big for most trout fishing, but since I was fishing in fast-moving waters, I didn't think it was going to make that much of a difference. And we're heading down to the barrel swivel. So we have a 10-pound mainline mono connecting to an 8-pound fluoro. Both of the knots are fisherman knots. Going down to a bait I was using. I had a 1/16 pink jig head, and on that jig head I had a 2.5-inch crappie tube. Today's color was white. I really didn't do anything special. I just made sure all the loose ends were not connected to each other, so it gives it the most action. Even though Dylan didn't catch any fish, I'm gonna still show you what he's using today. He's using this black jig with green tinsel on it. He decided not to tip it with maggots. He decided to fish it just as is. It's important when you're out there steelhead fishing to give multiple presentations in a day. He decided to go with a black jig instead of going with what I was using. You never know what they're going to be hitting on that day, so it was important for him to try something else in case, my bait wasn't working. Here's the rod I was using today. It was an 8'6" Cabela's brand trout rod. Now, normally for fishing bigger rivers, I would say you use a 9.5 to 11-foot rod so you can make the cast of bigger and deeper pockets. Here's a reel that came with the rod. It has a 4-ball bearing system, and in the spool I have 10-pound mono. Here's a main line I was using today. It was 10-pound mono by Suffix. And for my leader I was using fluorocarbon, and it was an 8-pound test by Berkeley. The reason for using fluorocarbon is that underwater the fish cannot see the line. This comes in handy when fishing for trout, since depending on the day they can be very skittish, and if they see any kind of line they are not going to bite. Most of the gear that you saw was from Erie Outfitters in Sheffield Lake, but we will also link all the tackle down in the description below.